This meme is propaganda, and I will explain how it works, including its main message, the fallacies it uses, and other propaganda techniques, what's wrong with it, and what you can do about it. The obvious main message of this meme is that we need to protect children from LGBT people. I lied, this is not the main message. And what the actual message is not so obvious. To understand the main message, I have to jump forward and talk about what kind of propaganda technique this meme uses, which is very similar to a loaded question. In kindergarten, one of your classmates probably asked you a similar question to this. Do your parents know that you are stupid? Not knowing that this was a loaded question, you probably answered no. And so basically, you just agreed to being stupid. Because this question only makes sense if this statement is true, and by answering it, you treated this question as if it makes sense. And so you have also accepted this premise as true. And this exact same trick works with statements too, because this statement implies that children exist. Obviously, if they didn't exist, this statement would make absolutely no sense, because there would be no one to actually defend. But more importantly, it also implies that LGBT people are actually dangerous to children. And if someone just simply stated that LGBT people are dangerous to children, well, you could just simply ask, how? A question they have failed to answer in the last several thousand years. And pushing this statement in its hidden form, focusing on the protection part instead of the actual message, treating this part as a well-known and generally accepted fact, it achieves the same results, portraying LGBT people as a danger to children. But it's way more effective, because many people don't actually recognize this trick. And instead of asking the simple question, how are LGBT people dangerous to children, they just simply accept the hidden premise. And if you take a moment to look at this from the perspective of people who got actually scammed by this, what they understand is that when people express their problems with this meme, usually in an ineffective way, they do it simply because they don't want to protect children. After all, that's the main point of this meme, isn't it? Why else would they disagree with this statement? It works in a very similar way to the loaded question, distracting from the hidden statement, and guiding the conversation to a topic that would make no sense to discuss unless the hidden statement was true. And by simply engaging in this conversation, it is as if you have accepted this hidden premise. This trick sounds pretty obvious, and maybe I was too pedantic explaining it, but still, many people fall for this. And you can laugh at these people and gloat about it that you are much smarter than them for not falling for it and that they are stupid for doing so. You can also laugh at old people for getting scammed by fake tech support for Google gift cards, or, you can just help them by explaining how the scam works. And you can do the same with people who fall for propaganda. A lot of people who are homophobic are actually not homophobic. They got scammed by propaganda like this into thinking that LGBT people are somehow dangerous or bad, and this can happen to anyone. Shouting at them or calling them one of the often repeated slurs for what from their perspective is simply an innocent intent to protect children from danger will not result in anything good. Telling people how they are getting scammed by propaganda, bad arguments and fallacies can and actually does work. Just don't be condescending about it. Throughout history, a lot of people did horrible things with the best of intentions, and unfortunately, this is still happening today. So we better do something about it. Anyway, thanks for watching. There is more propaganda explained on my channel, and a special thanks to my Patreons, Jay Brandon and Ardabom.